Pistol round was a bit of a struggle at times for Sentinels. We saw Renegades in the first 2 maps take the pistol rounds, propel that to close games as a result. On the side of Immortals, I want to see if they can do the same thing.
Yeah, either way, we're joking and memeing with all of you. Tell us what you think over in the Twitch chat. We'll get into this game right about now with this pistol. Of course, it's Sentinels, as you said, starting on that defending side. I'm excited to see if they can get off to a good start once again. You're looking to take those 9 rounds. That's preferential treatment if you can find it. Let's see, though. I think this one always up in the air. As I've said so many times today as well, the hierarchy hasn't been established thus far in Valorant. It's only a couple of months old, for God's sake. You can't have those real dominant teams in those eras. And once again, we say Sage compositions come through. A couple of these teams in this tournament especially have been throwing in Sageless compositions every now and again, but the push coming through for the first time on this B site, Sinatraa trading up that opening frag, and Zombs, 2 quick headshots, he's getting the job done.
Zombs looking like a monster there, and that's going to be a side of the defender's victory there. Sick, looking great. That's the way you start things off if you're Sentinels.
Exactly what you need to do. Get off to a good start. A couple of shaky pistols, as you said in that previous map, but starting things off strong here on Bind.
And we have mostly buys, or at least partial buys. There we go. Now an SMG coming on the side of Sentinels. So they want to put the pressure to Immortals here. SMGs and now a pair of Bulldogs as well. If they can force these fights out in the open, I think it benefits them. We see Sova there getting ready to peek that B long. The rest of them kind of playing back as opposed to playing up in hookah. And again, trying to use the superior firepower. Dapr and ShahZaM opening with a pair of kills. That's going to make things very difficult for Immortals. Dapr catching Genghsta again, ShahZaM, and all of a sudden, it's just Jcstani trying to do something here. All by her lonesome is the Sage, and she is down. So two wins so far for Sentinels, and that's what we expect after you win the pistol round.
Blasted. 2-0. Great start here. It's a blue sweep to get us into our first couple of rounds here on Bind. And well, we will see that first rifle round coming through. A little bit of a bonus for that defending side, carrying in a Bulldog here and there. That single Spectre above Dapr. But we know he knows how to use it. He's sitting at the very top of that scoreboard right here. The real reason why we call this a bonus is if the defending side are able to take it, they've got so much money going into rounds 4, 5, and beyond, and it's down to the attacking side to get back on the board and to hit that reverse swing.
Very interesting on the side of Immortals that they have 3 straight rounds now, kind of taking the same opening where they're pressuring the B site. And that's the sort of thing that Sentinels will notice. They've been very good at reading their opponents and adapting. At some point, they will have to break from this strategy. But right now, they are pressuring. And they're going to see if they can get a pick here before they move in. Asuna with the jump does get the headshot on Sinatraa in the tuna can. And we hear the teleports as they rotate over, but Koler and Dicey answer.
That's exactly what you need to get done here. The first rifle round, and already with the reverse swing, this could be the first on the board. And I actually love this from Sentinels. They decide to backtrack and save. Investing these rifles into the B site definitely isn't what you want to be doing. You need to keep that economy strong here on the defensive side. Minimize those ecos, maximize those phantoms. And well, we could be seeing them onto their 3rd, 4th, and beyond sooner than you might anticipate.
And Zombs here with this eco pressure kill, trying to get the exit frags. We also see Sick taking very similar posture, though kind of in that middle entryway, if you will. It means he's got to be pressured from both sides as they exit, and gets punished. So Genghsta does take out Sick, but that's a round win for the side of Immortals. Not going to let Sentinels run away with it quite yet. Looking to even things up, and this is not still going to be a full buy from the side of Sentinels, so we're going to not yet see a full buy versus full buy round.
And that's what you often see at the start of these maps. It's very scrappy as far as the economy is concerned, where nobody can really get full wholesome buys. You only see one come out with the 5 Phantoms on this Immortals side, and that's exactly what you want to see, right? Full buys, big rifle rounds here, and really only, I think, 1 SMG here and there for Sentinels being the only differentiating factor. The curveball to start, it doesn't really do a lot of damage. Doesn't find anybody, nobody gets flashed, and well, finally trying to go for that second swing doesn't merit the results.
Now, we do see Sentinels, I think, adapting to this strategy because they knew exactly what the game plan was from Immortals. They started taking those peaks. We see ShahZaM finding a pair of kills, again, punishing the predictability here. And I like this kind of scrappy gameplay when I'm watching Valorant. I don't like it to be always full buy versus full buy. I think the economy is fun to watch. It's the good kind of scrappy and not the bad kind, like a scrappy do kind of scenario.
Man, he's just about as annoying as you.
Almost, not quite, but taller.
No. Scrappy do is, I think, my 3rd favorite do. Above, obviously below Scooby and Melvin do.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Mountain Dew, but I forgot you're across the pond.
No, yeah, I missed the pun. That would have been a great joke. What the hell? How do I miss that?
All right,
one?
you get it next time.
You've got many more years on me as a father with the dad jokes. We've already established this one.
Yeah, despite the lead in years, I don't have a lead in success, but this is just going to be a save here, Jcstani. That's why we're kind of talking through it because it's a very obvious play. No health, it's 1v2. You want to take this rifle with you into the next round. Defenders win, so Sentinels answering back, and we're going to see if they can maintain this momentum. Looking to see the buys here, and we might actually see... If we have a purchase, yes, we do. I was going to say, if we have a purchase for ShahZaM there, we might actually see our first full buy versus full buy round here on Bind.
Yeah, not full armor on Koler or Dicey, but I don't think that they're going to be too shaky about this scenario. Yes, it's 3-1. You'd be expecting that defending side to get off to a good start. We've talked about scrappy play from start to finish here, and, well, this long control over outside the B site seems to be the main turning point, where if you can steal away a frag or two, it's absolutely influential, and with the Hunter's Fury piping in the damage, but it's no opening frag for the defending half. Instead, Koler's able to pepper in with the shots.
Yeah, the Hunter's Fury was trying to punish the predictability, but instead it goes in favor of the attackers. Taking that long angle, a bunch of kills plus the res now means it's going to be a 4v2 after Dapr takes out Koler, but now it's going to be a 4v1, and this is going to likely result in a round win for the side of Immortals. But Zombs is, again, maybe looking to do some economic damage, trying to play spoiler. Does get a kill on Genghsta. If he can find even one more headshot here, this will be a pretty good return on his investment.
And since we've seen such back and forth play, every kill he finds here is a rifle, obviously, that won't be carried through into this upcoming 5th round. But to add insult to injury, they have to reinvest into these. And, well, although this is a lose situation for Zombs, there's no way that he's going to be able to take this round over the top. You see that, well, they have no idea that he's already still on this site. The spike is tapped, and, well, there's another frag stolen away, and it's all costly for Immortals.
Yeah, he does end up... Wow, that was a close. He does end up getting that trade, so the return on investment comes through, and almost had somebody die to the bomb there, that last-second teleport coming through. And that's what Zombs was hoping to accomplish there. You knew you're not going to take the round. You want to inflict some economic damage, basically like the U.S. does overseas.
Oh, that is a low burn as well. Back to the Bush days. 3-2 here. And, well, we see a half buy come through for the actually second time this half for Sentinels. They don't really have too much to work with here. It's not a round that they're necessarily expecting to take, but if they can gather up and initiate, try and find this opening frag, especially with a stack towards B, and it looks like Immortals might even walk into this one. They've got the split out towards both mid and long, and with the orb taken, It's obviously not going to be the ultimate charged up as of yet. That orbital strike's so important, especially in the avalanche, but it's all headshots. ShahZaM starts us off strong.
And finally, the teleport away from B. You knew at some point they were going to have to stop pushing that B site. This is the case now. And it's going to be a 4v4, but with them kind of getting hung up there in the shower, they're going to have to slow things down. And with 45 seconds left, they could even rotate all the way back to B. It does, in fact, appear that's going to be the case. And apparently they needed their cardio because they're just running around, doing laps, stretching their legs. 30 seconds and counting, though. They got to get in here soon.
I'll be honest. I need some cardio. I've got a big gut on me, Charmer. I need some fitness advice from the chat. I think I might be walking into this one, but how do I do it? I'm not sure. 15 seconds left here before the push comes in one more time. The Hunter's Fury trying to split up the defense, and it's barely even trading, but the spike will go down and away. And Sick, oh, he's going to a couple of headshots. What the hell was that?
That was Sick popping off there. So that's a thrifty win. Great round win. Sick coming up with the 3K, and now they've got a full set of ARs to show for it. Meanwhile, on the other side, the economy not very great for Immortals. They're going to have to make some magic happen if they want to make this work, but I've got your fitness advice. It's just eat less and do more. I was actually quite fit prior to the pandemic, but I live in a country where people don't want to dress like ninjas, therefore don't wear masks, and so I can't go to the gym anymore. I miss the gym.
I've got a nice little medical mask on my table here. I think the most exercise I get is walking to the shops to pick up a sandwich. Couple of quick kills, easy peasy, Japanesey. And so I think this is going to be 5-2.
Yeah, that was 100% Sentinels punishing the predictability of Immortals. They said, hey, they've been going this B long every round. Sinatraa comes through with a great curveball, a pair of kills, and then they just pushed forward, got the pressure. They made that look easy. Yes, they had the weapons advantage to also pull that off, but at some point, I think Immortals are going to have to change up their attack strategy, or Sentinels will continue to punish them.
Yeah, this is punishment time for the defending side. If they can get onto 6 or 7 right now, that's an all-important scoreline to rack and rake in. We saw a really weak defending side from Sentinels just an hour ago here on Bind. They were unable to get the ball rolling. That economy was always on the back foot. And right now, they're actually starting to find some success.
And this has already slowed down this B push that, again, you know Immortals is going to go with. Now, it could go through the teleporter. They like to posture this and then make a decision, but only once so far have they actually made the switch. Instead, Jcstani, they're just hanging out in the garden. A lot of pressure being put on them. Pair of kills on the side of Sentinels.
I know exactly.
De-weeding this attack within the garden position, and it might be this attack down to its last legs once again. All the information given and granted over by A. Cypher's been spotted, and this spike should be able to go down and away, but Cypher's fairly low on HP. Koler almost has to backtrack here, and I don't think there's... No, there certainly isn't an ultimate in hand. So this defuse should be able to come through at some point, and especially in the 3 versus 1. Koler gets shut away. It's 6-2.
I'm starting to get confused because I think his name is Sick, but I don't know for sure because every time I see his name, there's Roman numerals next to it. Sick, time and time again, is getting these triple kills. That time gets a quad kill. Is showing how you play Sage very effectively, and timer has stopped ticking down, so it does look like we have a pause here.
It was a DQ, and he is Sick, the descendant Julius Caesar III.
I think you mean DC, like...
Oh, DC, not a DQ. Yeah, not a DQ.
Yeah,
that was
like disconnect, not DQ. So, whoa. Let's not say DQ with this particular event. That's going to open things up and make things a bit hot.
Oh my Lord,
Queen. Yeah.
Bordering on the side of caution there.
So
please don't fire
while we wait for the player to sort out their internet connection here, we're going to watch Sinatraa again practice the hopping, the knifing. It does
Can we
look
get a
like it
couple of
was.
Frank Sinatra jokes right now, please. Surely.
It does look like it was
You're in
Jcstani that
era, right?
DC'd.
You're pretty old.
Oh, I'm ancient. Yes, I know. I've got gray in my hair, mate. But I'm trying to inform chat that Jcstani is the one that disconnected, and that might explain why they were just hanging out in Garden for a bit there. Perhaps they were already having internet issues when that went down, but.
Well, once
Waiting
we
for them
deal
to
with
reconnect.
this, or whilst we deal with this one, I'm going to jump over to the Twitch chat once again. What is your favorite map? That's what I want to ask right now. We've got a bit of a break in pace before we get back into this one. We might be here for a little while. It's fill time. So, like a builder, I'm going to get my cement out. This is my fill. This is all I've got, Charmer.
This is what you got for your fill?
Yeah, this is it.
You're just going to ask chat to do your job for you and tweet at you your favorite map. You didn't even give them a hashtag.
You can put it in the Twitch chat. You can use hashtag my favorite map, my little favorite map. Yeah, hashtag Summer Cup 20, I've just been told, is the official hashtag. You can use that if you want.
Yeah, tell us your favorite map. Tell us your favorite food. Tell us your
What's
least
your
favorite
favorite
caster.
food,
I like reading my name a lot, so why don't you do that?
That's terrible. But what is your favorite food? Let's get back onto food talk right now.
Chicken lasagna, 100%.
Chicken lasagna. So the weirdest thing about me is I don't eat cheese. So more things to hate on me about. I just don't even like it. I'm not lactose intolerant. I'm not anything. I'm not allergic. I'm just a weirdo.
You just hate cheese. Fair enough.
I just hate cheese.
I live in the Midwest in the United States, so hating cheese would be like treason. Though, again, I'm in the United States, so everything is treason here.
I mean, it's ironic considering all of my jokes are cheesy as hell. I've heard that we're going to jump to a quick break. Apparently, production don't want me filling any longer. So what we're going to do is we'll jump to the break screen and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. But don't go very far because we'll be right back.
And so anyway, I'll send you that
welcome back,
recipe later.
everybody.
Oh, I mean, we're back.
wait.
Sorry.
Oh, we're back? Oh, you were going to send me the lasagna recipe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
basically,
we're back, gang.
if you're not checking the Twitch chat, you don't want to eat anything that I have cooking. I'm a terrible chef. You probably get food poisoning. I'm known as Mr. Pink Chicken because I don't know how to cook.
Mr. Pink Chicken. I'm not going to ever forget that. Oh, my Lord. That is horrible. That offends me to my core, but we see another B push, but this time not the traditional one from the side of Immortals. However, Dapr still makes them pay, piling into hookah and falling down quickly, 3 of them.
Yeah, this is a bamboozling round with no frags found for this attacking side. Cypher, he's about to get closed away by Sinatraa, who's on a tear right now here on Bind.
And this is also going to be a 7-2 start in favor of Sentinels, and all of their struggles on Bind against Renegade seem to have went away. They have come back, settled in, found a game plan that works, and as you said, Sinatraa on a tear, Sick, you see there 9-2-4, just captain multi-kill. Love what I'm seeing out of them right now.
Yeah, this is phenomenal. 7-2, exactly what you want on this defender's side. Let's see if they can keep this going. We saw a weak performance on the defending side of Bind earlier on today. They seem to have patched those gaps, and they've brought this into a very one-sided scoreline here in the semis.
Come on, let's go!
I love this aggression as well, don't you?
I love the aggression, and for a second there, I thought he wasn't going to find anything, but he proves me wrong. I was about to say nobody's home, because for the first time, it looked like Immortals wasn't going to be pressuring B. They'd kind of spread out, instead trying to play for picks, but it doesn't matter. Sinatraa on a tear, steps forward, gets a kill on the run it back, no less. So that's just free real estate.
I'm trying to think about who the free real estate guy is. It's Tim Heidecker. There we go. Bit late to the punch. Wow, there wasn't really a punch there. It was just me fumbling and stumbling around. A bit like this attacking side. Already a player down and no shots connecting onto Zomb. Is he still lurking around here? The Hunter's Fury doing tremendous damage there, taking Koler right out of the equation, and Genghsta's going to finally drop. 8-2, and this is very, very one-sided.
Zombs there, turning folks into zombies, has that triple kill, sending them to the undead realm, and ShahZaM doing his best ShahZaM impression as well with the lightning bolt. This is almost as one-sided as our split run. 8-2 now. We got to see whether or not Sentinels will be able to maintain this pace when they flip sides, but that's 2 rounds from now. If they keep this up, we could be staring at a 10-2 half, which is not something I would have predicted. Immortals is a talented team. We know they have good players. This is a bit of a shock to me.
Yeah, this is a shock to me as well. I thought we were going to have a close series here. I thought we were going to have a close first map. Remember that it can all change over at halftime. Obviously, Immortals, I think they'll be feeling more comfortable on this defending side. We have to see what they can do, though. This rocket is going to force the whole of the defense back, and then nowhere to be found Asuna. He's going to just pop it right into the floor. There's the spike down and away, though, as this attacking side might be able to take their first in a very long time here with just the pistol. They have to nail some headshots, and it's just not happening. Sinatraa, ShahZaM, and Sick, it's all of the S's, as this is a shutaway here on A.
That showstopper allowed them to plant, and then nothing else. It forced them off the site, and that was absolutely it. No kills, flawless round on the side of a team that's already snowballing. This is the last round before the half, and again, at this point, you kind of need to win this just for pride. I would almost consider taking one of those tactical pauses. I know chat's going to roast me for that because we just had to wait for the DC, but it worked for Renegade. Maybe they need to do the same thing on the side of Immortal. Taking that DC break and then coming back, and your best strategy was 5-man push through hookah is not enough.
Yeah, certainly not, and we might even see a double-digit half as a result of it. As you said, it's definitely an ego thing where you don't want to take that tactical pause. Already they had time to discuss things during that timeout. It was technical, of course. right now. A 10-2 half, that would just be the gravy here for Sentinels. I do like a bit of gravy.
Yeah, gravy's good. I don't mind gravy. What I do mind is this strategy. I don't know what to do. I'm at a loss for words here. Now, I will say this. On the plus side, Immortals here, it's a bit too little too late, but they're finally pushing A. They're doing something different. We saw them beat Site B over and over and over again, and clearly they're comfortable with that strategy, but when it wasn't working, I would have liked to have seen a bit of a deviation sooner. Jcstani finally gets a pick on Sick here before ShahZaM answers, but this is the opening they needed.
ShahZaM certainly needed an extra bonus shot to finish things off, and this is a retake. It being the last round that obviously these final two Afterplant members will want to go for. Sinatraa is going to lead the charge in the retake. And in a scenario like this, who else could you really want? He needs to open up with some lightning fast headshots though. And it might be the hot hands to force Dicey out of place. There's the first. He still needs all 5 of these members. And it's never going to happen. 9-3 to finish off the half.
Didn't end up working out in terms of saving the round, but I loved that positioning from Sinatraa, using the hot hands to push somebody out of the corner, but also once you establish the kill, he can step forward to keep moving and heal himself by stepping into the fire, right? So just that mental game on point there. This is a 9-3 half, very heavily favoring Sentinels right now, but swapping sides, we get to see him on attack. I don't often say must-win pistol round, but I think this is really a must-win pistol round on the side of Immortals because they don't want to be down in terms of firepower in a 10-3 scenario. It's just not something that they can allow to happen.
No, you don't want that whatsoever. We got a couple of interesting comments in the Twitch chat. What's the other caster's name? It's Charmer, and some real good critique here. These commentators are even worse. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. 9-3 getting into the secondary pistol round here. And a lot of initial information granted by that Admiral drone. Obviously just trying to clear bathrooms. Realistically, you're trying to get map control off the back of this. And that's something that they haven't been able to achieve here. Zombs still forced back, and Sentinels no real closer in this bathrooms angle. The secondary pincer comes through on the A-bomb site, and Sinatraa full flashing himself. He's got that second flashbang at the ready, but this spike needs to go down, and perhaps rotating to B is their best bet.
Yeah, it's actually very rare that you see somebody of Sinatra's caliber flash themselves just a split second too early on the swing there. And ShahZaM does get a pick here on Dicey as they try to push into Site B. The spike is planted, but Asuna with an ability double kill. Remember, Riot says abilities do not get kills, but this is a 3v2 retake scenario. Can they pull it off?
Oh, that seems like a distant possibility now. A couple more trades as Genghsta takes the swing and finds that final frag. That's up to 4. And as we said before, a must-win round here for Team Immortals. This has been a really rough map thus far. That pistol obviously puts them back in contention. It'll be rifles in hand first. And the big question mark is, do Sentinels want to go for the Force Spy? I'd suggest don't do that.
Yeah, I would prefer to see them do what it appears they're going to do, which is maybe grab a Sheriff or a Ghost, try to get an early pick, but overall I think you want to have that full buy on round 3, because if the opposing squad, if Immortals wins this here, they are going to be in a position where they might be not at full armaments the following round. They might hold on to a Spectre, for example, hold on to this Bulldog, and then you'll have an advantage to come back. And with this massive lead, right? With this massive lead, I think that putting yourself in a better position in a future round by sacrificing, and that's just assuming that they're going to lose. They might even pull this off with a Thrifty. We've seen stranger things, but putting yourself into an advantage scenario in a future round, you've got the lead to do that. It's going to pay off. I'm talking over and over and over again because we have a pause again. I just didn't want to break it to you, chat, but
I was going to
say,
have a pause. I was ready to break the bad news right there. And, you know, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to talk. That's what I'm here for.
And I know that chat loves it.
Chat absolute garbage.
Just turn this into an ASMR stream. No, we're back.
Oh, we're back.
Thank you, teams, or not.
No, we're not. Do I get to do ASMR?
What a tease! 1 second ticked. We heard the noise.
Two phantoms. I guess that wasn't very good.
No, you gotta get low. You gotta say 2 phantoms.
2 phantoms.
Oh, all joking aside here, again, I think that to get back in this, Immortals really needs to pull this off. They're kind of really at a disadvantage, right? 5 down, you're on defense. Hopefully that can make this come back, but as we're opening things up, the pause is now done. We see this split push here. A couple of folks moving up B. It's walled off, but there are still 2 folks on site A trying to either make some noise or get some intel so that they can rotate over.
This is where the defenders' side need to desperately close up the gap. They are disastrously behind, but this is where Split's defended sidedness comes back to bite you if you're Sentinels. They need to do something special. And really, I'd love them to create a diversion towards this B-bomb site. We saw Sinatraa jump out on his lonesome earlier, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that again in the first rival round. Right now, it's just the pistols. And really, the aim of the game is to do a little bit of damage, try and get that spike down. And Genghsta's going to ferociously attempt to defend this. Koler drops, and now a chance here for the attackers.
Yeah, you said Sinatraa needs to jump out and make something happen. He certainly did with the Classic, but Asuna now punishing them when they're out in the open. That's going to be an easy win because of the ARs going over to Immortals. But full buy-in coming on the side of Sentinels, and this is where I would expect them to potentially bounce back. I'd like to see, as you said, aggression coming out of Sinatraa and maybe a clutch play from Sick for them to extend this lead.
And if there's something that I know about more than anything else, is it spending every single penny in your bank account. That's what Sentinels will have to do here in this initial gun round of the half, and you see that they throw it in. The single Vandal, 4 lots of Phantoms. What more can you ask for?
Maybe an operator if you wanted to push B long.
Yeah. If you
but again, that's even more of a preference thing on this particular map. But they are spreading out. Looks like they're going to play for picks. I like this from them. And of course, the minute I say that, we see a rotation going over to A. Cypher lurking, maybe trying to catch a straggler or 2. And A is the play as they advance through short.
This is where a couple of kills are frantically needed, but with the spike down first and peering right over the top, Sinatraa, the one-tap potential of that Vandal comes through, and Genghsta's already gone.
Sinatraa with that first blood. He's been so good at it throughout today's event.
He's been absolutely sensational, and we need to see more of that if they're going to close this one out and through here on our first map of this semi-final. The showstopper in, and he's going to stop absolutely nothing. Cypher's trap mine catches him completely off guard, and all finally through, shuts out ShahZaM, and there's even more work to be done as the flash is flawless, and there's 10 for Sentinels.
Asuna just almost went from 0 to hero. That rocket was delayed from the tripwire. I thought there's no way he's going to get it off. Last second gets a kill, then turns it into a triple and almost saves that round, but Sinatraa bats cleanup. That is a victory for the Sentinels. It's now 10-5, and we can see near full buys on the side of them, and the opposing side is going to have 1 Phantom potentially. It looks like they're trying to decide if they want to force buy this or not. I think they're ultimately going to try to full buy as a team. See the Sheriffs in the hands of them.
This sucks. There's no other way to say it. I would have loved a tactical timeout right now, but only for a brief moment to plug my Twitter. 10 rounds and maybe even more for Sentinels here as they're closing in on the home straight. Sinatraa does everything with the headshots, and it's a defensive side shutdown. All the only pistols were able to secure number 11 here.
Sinatraa, with that run it back, stepped in, got yet another first blood. He's been doing it all over the place today. Made it look pretty easy. We see Asuna here creeping. Does get 1 headshot on Zombs, but falls to Dapr. And unfortunately, trying to apply economic damage in this situation when you're still going to lose the round is not the best game plan, but not much else you can really do either. Jcstani here doesn't want to go out and go for the defuse, going to back up, maybe try to catch some exits, steal a gun on the way out, holding this angle, and instead it's ShahZaM that finds JC.
ShahZaM hits them with the big Jambui to finish off number 11 right there. And only 2 more to close out this first map. Obviously, they're going to be feeling just absolutely fine about this one. Only really 1 rifle round needed. This is the opportunity for Sentinels to take it right over the top and get to 1-0 here in this semi-final. You see, the Phantoms is the response. Yes, well, that's all you can really ask for at this point. As you said before, perhaps you want an operator here and there, but they can't afford one.
This is a really pivotal round for the side of Immortals because they are out of credits essentially after this, and so if they lose this and they go to a match point, they're going to be stuck with a force buy situation. They need to not only win this, but ideally win this as close to flawless as possible to try to save some of this economy and get some momentum.
And that's what this side's all about. Momentum, momentum, momentum. Bit of a tongue twister. There's more than a minute left, and this push should surely come through to A. There's absolutely no map control from the Sentinels right now, so they've really backed themselves into a corner where the only back out of this scenario is finding 1 kill and going straight through TP. Genghsta's going to shut down any possibility of that early. A 6, the first to fall.
That's a massive pickup there for Genghsta to get that pick because, again, every exchange they can win and keep somebody up. And in that scenario, you're not really even taking damage. It's going to work out for you. Sinatraa finds Koler, though. Genghsta finds ShahZaM as well on the other side of the map. So Genghsta doing his part. Flash goes out and Sinatraa makes him pay. Sinatra's so good with these curveballs today. It's unreal.
Sometimes he just fires on all cylinders, and he doesn't even have to see you to find the frags. Nevertheless, Sentinels are unable to take that round. It really did feel like he gave them a shot at number 12. How good do you have to be? Taking 3 quick kills and still losing the round. That's got to be painful.
Yeah, it was really on the back of Genghsta, who got a triple kill of his own. And as I said before, getting them cleanly, that's the key in that situation because you wanted people to stay alive. Enough of them died that they don't have a full buy. Dicey there with the SMG, but otherwise still in good shape to try to make a run, get themselves back in this game because it's slowly slipping away.
And this is where, as I said earlier, that defender side starts to come into play. Another great curveball, and Koler fully blind finds the shot.
Smoke's down.
Koler doing his best Daredevil impression there, made Sinatraa pay, and you got to feel bad if you're Sinatraa. It's just one of those lucky headshot moments. You go into the blind spray, but it's huge for the side of Immortals. Again, they need every kill they can get, every round win they can get to claw back, get closer to an even score. Now we're just kind of waiting each other out.
As we say in the UK, it was humongous. We like that word.
Humongous?
Humongous.
I dig it.
Yes. It's also a meme, but originated, I think, in the UK. I don't know. I'm not much of a meme man myself.
Cage triggered.
Instead,
Sentinels.
35 seconds left. It all comes down to these headshots and Sentinels getting shut away on every account. Zombs actually does pull 2 back. Finally shut down, though, and it's down to Dapr. Can't connect headshot number 2. And, well, Immortals pulling together a great defender side.
Yeah, they are certainly doing everything they can to stay in this, but that was a great ending there for the side of the Sentinels, simply for getting the trades and trying to force this economic pressure. Again, Dicey not going to have a full buy as a result, and that's what you got to do. If you're going to lose the round, you just can't let them catch their breath. You got to keep putting pressure, but you also have to win. I would rather see Sentinels just close this out, not give them any room to get back into this game. But as we said before, it was surprising that it was so wide to begin with. Immortals is a talented team.
Super talented team. I see somebody in the Twitch chat applying for a job as my personal chef. I'll pay for the ingredients, but not the flight.
can't wait for them to only make Chef Boyardee food for you. They know how to
need
operate a
make
microwave.
meatballs.
Jcstani gets a pick, and now it's Dicey and Asuna as well.
Realistically, Sentinels need to change up this pace right now. They seem completely lost on this attacking side. This seems to be a commonality for both teams, where really the logistics of this attacking side really hasn't been established in the meta of the scene yet. I think they're relying on Sinatraa too much. We've seen him hit triple kills and still lose the round. I think he needs the other pieces of this squad to step up. Otherwise, we're going to see a very close map. Overtime still on the cards, and there's every opportunity that we see the reverse sweep and this defender side, Immortals, just take it right over the top.
Yeah, Sinatraa was certainly key to their success earlier, as was Sick. Sick has been a little quiet as of late, and that might be a bit of the problem as well. Dapr has certainly stepped up, which is, you know, again, a little bit bizarre seeing the Cypher on attack being the one whose name you're calling over and over, but this wall gets blown up very quickly. Asuna trying to decide which ordnance they want to throw. And instead we're going to have dueling Hunter's Furies, if you will, and it's ShahZaM who finds Jcstani. That's great on the side of Sentinels to get that opening pick, but Koler takes out Sick, evens things up.
ShahZaM's name is so onomatopoeic. Maybe I just wanted to get that word in, but it is. A Kazam, a ShahZaM, a Babam. I love it. 50 seconds left, and now backtracking in the 4 versus 4. It's the first time in a while that Sentinels have been able to find this opening pick, and it might be a spike down as a result. This starts to apply the pressure, but weirdly enough, there are no ultimates on this attacking side. That orbital strike right now would be worth its weight in gold, and it doesn't come through. Instead, it's just the run it back, and Phoenix has to find some substantive damage right now. He isn't able to connect with a headshot, and he is forced back and away, and what an incendiary eliminates him from the server. Dapr finds a chain of shots, and this might be curtains for the attacking side. They don't. They hit a couple of shots in 12-8 just like that. What the hell happened?
What happened was Asuna popped the showstopper, wanted to use the rocket to, I think, kill Sinatraa when the run it back ended, but his teammate cleaned it up. So that meant Asuna was trying to find a new target for the rocket and then used a blast pack to close some distance and ran right into the bullets of the enemy. So a little bit of maybe, you know, bad turn of events, just unfortunate because, again, I think Asuna's game plan was very clearly, I'm just going to take out Sinatraa when the run it back ends. And once that wasn't available, things kind of went awry.
And this is exactly what Sentinels need to do right now. That dynamite defender side that they were able to merit in the first half has now paid as they secure 12 rounds first. 1 out of 4 will close this map.
Is match point, and you can see they appear to be playing it a bit slow, looking for picks. They dropped the spike mid. They fanned out. I like this nice, slow, strategic pace from them on a match point round, because if they can just even get one pick and then try to exploit it, that's it. That's the game, and they will take map 1.
And that's the big benefit of having that 9-3 half to start. Was it? Yeah, 9-3, not 10-2. I've got goldfish brain. That's why they call me Squid. 45 seconds left in this one. And while the spike is heading towards A, which seems to be a fan favorite here on Vine, and with the smokes down and through, and that trap mine taken too, it all comes down to these openings, and Koler's able to close out the first. It's Sinatraa, the key member here on Phoenix, dropping through, and Zombs able to double up on the aggression. A couple of quick kills, and without the spike down right now, the pressure hasn't been applied, and still chances for this defender's side. The res in, and Dicey hitting shots left, right, and center. Sick is forced away.
When they pushed onto site A there, it looked like the end of the world. It was the apocalypse. There was ice, there was smokes. We had dual orbital strikes. It was sheer pandemonium, and then bodies fell. But what really made the difference there was Dicey just in heaven, using the operator, picking up the triple kill. Very well done on the side of Immortals, and Now it's 12-9, but it's still match point. We're going to likely see, in my opinion, Sentinels play this slow again, looking for early picks. And it does look like they're going to fan out and at least kind of take this slow, traditional approach. And of course, I say that, and then they're going to make me a liar. They're going to fan on over to B.
That's the ultimate caster's curse, right? Say one thing, the opposite happens every single time. 12-9, still all to play for. 3 in a row needed to take this to OT. Jesus, would I love to see it.
And it looks like Asuna's going to use all of the ordnance here. Everything but the paint shells going out. Both satchels and the boombot. Now this grenade might go as well. Ooh, backed up a bit by the hot hands, though.
Yeah, that incendiary forces Raze into a slightly uncomfortable position. I'm surprised we don't see any blast packs to fire it away, but instead it's just the crossfire established and 2 quick kills found.
Yeah, despite the successful flash, not really a successful push on the side of Sentinels. Couldn't really make anything happen there. We see the Molly go in now, and Sick trying to catch a peek here. The Riz is a bit of a distraction, but it's not enough, and Jcstani pops off before ShahZaM finally gets that trade frag, but secured 4 kills.
And that's an amazing trio inside Hookah to finish things off as well. Of course, he secures the quad. And now it's down to ShahZaM once again, who gets his head blown clean off. Koler, great stuff. 12-10 right now, and this is looking all over like an overtime performance for Immortals.
I really thought that Sentinels was going to close this out, but Immortals has answered. They have shown that they want to bring this fight to Sentinels, and it reminds me a bit of the Renegades game, if I'm being honest. Very similar in this kind of back and forth, give and take situation, and this is likely going to end up being a 12-11 round because we see the eco round coming from the side of Sentinels. It's just pistols.
Absolutely. That means just one more chance to finish this one off before we get to the OT. The boombot misses its marker, and the pistols surely shouldn't be able to do anything right now, especially towards this curly letter where they haven't really been able to get a hell lot done. Jcstani's been great on the defense. Just really great play by the Sage, all things considered. And from this sideline, we know the Sentinels know very much well how to use these pistols. But from all angles, they're going to have to hit some stunning shots, and it's just not good enough to start things through. ShahZaM nails a first, but the Owl drone falling on their deaf ears. It's Sinatraa with one last swing back into this one, and with 31 HP, he should be able to do it, but he nails another one. Great damage thus far, but I don't think it's going to merit many results.
Yeah, it turns out in the rock, paper, scissors of Valorant, operator beats pistol. I don't know if you know that or not, but Dicey showing the operator does in fact beat pistol there, and it's now 12-11, but we get the full buy coming from the side of Sentinels, so this is it. They can close this out, or we'll be going to overtime, and then all bets are off. I really appreciate the way that Immortals have clawed their way back into this after a 9-3 half.
It's so great. I love the mental resilience. Gotta love a comeback like this, and you really admire them as well against the notable favorites in this one. We saw what Sentinels did earlier against, where's my notes? Who were they playing? It was somebody help me out. Renegades. Like here in this series as well, they're able to at least get that good start, but not close. Oh, couple of quick kills. Is this it?
Sinatraa doing what Sinatraa does with the entry frags there, along with his teammates, and it's now a 5v2, but Asuna does pick up one on Zombs. That's the way to start things off.
I just can't believe it right now. The combination between just great play with the rifles and that ultimate as well, and then Dapr almost finishing this one off. It's Asuna versus the world, and it's not going to happen. 13-11, outstanding stuff to finish. And wow, have we really got to break that one down right now, Charmer?
Yeah, I think we have to cover it a little bit because, well, that's our job. But I really want to talk about Immortals here. I know that Sinatraa in the 7 First Bloods is going to be the real standout stat, in my opinion, right?